Hey guys, Hey guys, JackAwePlushPro here, back with another video, and today we're going to be reviewing the Freddy and Bonnie Endo series, as well as a mystery exclusive that comes in this box right here. Now, I've had these for a few months now, but at that time I didn't start doing FNAF Jazwares reviews. I don't know why I didn't start doing them. They could have got me a hell lot of views, but I mean, better late than never. So first we're going to start with the Endos deconstructed. Well, I made Freddy's Endo deconstructed and Bonnie's ready to be constructed in classic Bonnie. If you're wondering why he's missing his jaw, I took it off, and I'll explain why once we get to Withered Bonnie. So anyway, let's start with this Endo. Now, I know this Endo isn't really meant to be a full figure, it's just something to be like built over, but for something that's just meant to be like built over, it's a lot better than it has any right to be. Like, it's got the hands and everything. They're kind of enormous, but they're still there. And the articulation is superb. Like, they are selling like Endo packs that just have the Endos in them, so you could have both the Withered and the classic ones at once. But I could also see people buying a few extra of those, just to have a few Endos to display on their own, and I would get that. This looks pretty cool. I'm looking at Freddy's because Bonnie doesn't have like the black around the eyes and mouth for some reason. So if you want to just get a normal Endo 01, then you could just buy an extra Freddy Endo series, hypothetically. Though you would have a bunch of spare parts. Which is why I'm waiting until the individual Endo packs come out. Really the only thing I don't like about this is that it has the Endo 02 feet. Like, the FNAF 1 Endo has 2 toes. This is probably for the FNAF 2 animatronics, but if that's the case, I wonder why they didn't just include FNAF 1 Endo feet and FNAF 2 Endo feet. Like, it would make this a perfect Endo. The Radioactive Foxy Vault exclusive does come with Endo 1 feet, though, so I hope that the Endo packs do come with FNAF 1 feet. Hey, post-editing JackAwePlushPro here. It looks like the Endo packs actually do have FNAF 1 Endo feet. Well, I didn't notice that before, probably because I'm dumb as hell. Anyway, back to the video. But now, let's get this guy constructed into Classic Freddy, which I just realized I have never constructed Classic Freddy. I only had this thing built in Withered Freddy before I took it apart for this video. So, wow! There we go. Now, let's look at Freddy. So, first impression. This color for Freddy is way too bright. But on the other hand, the sculpt looks very good. I will pull out the Funko one for comparison. So here is Funko Classic Freddy and Jazwares Classic Freddy. So I can say that both of these do one thing better that the other doesn't. For Jazwares Freddy, what he has in the bag is the sculpt and the articulation. So this figure for Freddy, it's not terrible necessarily, but it does look a bit off-model and kind of resembles the old Splinks models of Freddy, which is not really accurate to in-game Freddy, but this one represents the actual in-game Freddy a lot better. Sorry, I got him a bit out of view. But, yeah. And another thing he's got better is that he can open his jaw, which is always something I disliked about the Funko ones. It's kind of just got this big black void with teeth in it. But here it's a fully articulated jaw. However, Funko does some things right compared to this one. So, this darker Freddy color does work a lot better for Freddy. In fact, it's one of the few pieces of Freddy merch that has this darker Freddy look, because like Funko's plushie for Freddy, the Funko Pop, and all the Jazwares for Classic Freddy are actually closer to Toy Freddy, in my opinion. Like, if they made this just a bit darker, it could have been almost perfect. And also, the eyes for the Jazwares Freddy, he kind of looks like he's high on something because of how small the eye sockets are. Like, come on, give him a bit of space. Like, that's what made Freddy's eyes so hollow and creepy. And another thing the Funko one has that Jazwares doesn't is the accessory. There are no accessories in the Endo series, which is a big letdown because, like, you get the perfect animatronic sculpts, but no accessories. Also, I will say Freddy's hands are pretty goddamn small. Like, we saw how big the Endo hand was earlier. There's no way that it's fitting into this without breaking it. But, yeah. between these two, I'd say it's a tie. If you're looking for more like the colors and the aesthetic, I'd go with Funko. But if you're looking for accuracy, I'd go with Jazwares. But it's not like people really bought these for the classic animatronics anyway. No, they brought it for the Withered, so. And now for classic Freddy's parts to go into a Ziploc bag forever until I get the extra Endo. So now we have Withered Freddy. So I think this figure is almost perfect. Keyword almost. And it's down to two things. First of all, the fact that there is no Endo 02 extra head. Like, this is just Withered Freddy over Endo 01, which is obviously not what he's like in the game. And like with classic Freddy, his hands are super small. Like, the rest of his body looks so big, and the hands seem scaled down a bit, so it looks really jarring. But other than that, he looks really good. Despite not being as posable as the bare Endo, you can get some decent posing with him. Here's him doing his office pose. And him slumped over like in Parts and Service. Unfortunately, no accessory, but he's still cool. And there is a bit of dirt wash on him on like classic Freddy, which is good because Withered animatronics without dirt wash would be really jarring. So yeah, I think this is a good Withered Freddy figure. If you're a Withered Freddy fan, I would recommend this. Now we have classic Bonnie, and let me just grab my Funko Bonnie. Yeah, I think the Jazwares one is better. I think the colors are better here compared to Funko, looking more washed out and purplish blue, as opposed to this big bright purple. And I know Funko has the accessory, but the face, ugh, it just looks really ugly. But here, it actually looks really good, very Bonnie-like. I like how the eye sockets look a lot better than Freddy. See what I mean whenever I said the Freddy looked like he was on something because his eye sockets were too small? Here, he actually looks like an animatronic with the bigger eye sockets, so that's good. And unfortunately, no guitar, so you can't have him, like, do some solos, but the rest of him is pretty good, even if most of these pieces are reused from Freddy, because they're just kind of similar in build. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of what else to say. It's just a good classic Bonnie. Guess there's not much else, so let's just smash him. By the way, do not smash your figures to take the parts off. That was just an editing trick. Do not actually try that at home. But anyway, time for Withered Bonnie. Alright, now back to Withered Bonnie, which is how I originally displayed it, and that's why I colored in the eyes with red marker. Because there was a bit of red in there, but you couldn't really see it, so I decided to do something about it. And same thing goes with the upper jaw, because he doesn't really have an upper endo jaw in the game. And this figure, I really like this thing. Like, objectively, like, there are some things that are inaccurate, such as the most egregious one being Endo 01 instead of Endo 02 inside the face. Like, I feel like that's why they should have, like, put in a separate head for the Endo 02, especially since the toy animatronic Endo series aren't compatible with this series, and that one comes with Endo 02. But the rest of the body looks fantastic. Oh crap, his foot fell off. But anyway, the rest of the body looks fantastic. Like, the Endo having the Endo 2 feet actually works really well in its favor, because that's what he has in the game. The wires, I mean, they did the best they could. And the arm looks pretty cool. I like how he can just sort of reach towards you. That looks pretty awesome in my opinion. And the actual head with the missing face, the wrong Endo is a problem. Like, the rest of it does look really good. And what's really weird is that there's some withering that's painted in, but the rest is, like, actually part of the figure. So that's weird, but I like this thing. Now that we got the figures that everyone has probably heard of by now, they've been out for almost a year, we move on to the box. And it's a recent Vault exclusive that I got off Mercari for only $35, not counting shipping. Yeah, it's crazy. I was able to find a better deal for this than I was able to find for just regular Chica and Foxy, which is kind of sad. And it is... I don't even know why I'm, like, hyping it up as a mystery so much when it's in the title. Bonnie and Neon Bonnie. Well, it says Shadow Bonnie on the box, but it's clearly Neon Bonnie from FNAF VR, so I'm just going to call it Neon Bonnie. So, right off the bat, this box is a lot different from any FNAF 1 Endo series boxes. Wait, we actually get, like, the Endo series logo as a sticker. That's sick. I can, like, put it, like, on my poster board or something. And we got glowing eyes, a Jazwares Vault exclusive sticker. It's got different background. It's like a show stage. I might keep that background for like a show stage display once I get a proper collector shelf to display things on. Anyway, we got on the back, we got Endo 1, Bonnie, and Neon Bonnie, and then we have the rest of Series 2 on the box here. So now, let's get this thing open, shall we? Alright, let's see if parts go flying everywhere. Hopefully not. Oh, surprisingly not. Okay, that's good. Alright, taking this Endo series to put on my wall. So, this Bonnie Endo is pretty much identical to the one from the FNAF 1 Endo series Bonnie. Alright, so popping out the eyes real quick, he still is the red from Endo series Withered Bonnie. Which, I mean, I guess it's fine. It's not like you're really gonna see it anyway. So let's just suit this one up into Bonnie so we can look at him real quick. So, comparing this Bonnie to Season 1 Bonnie, like, they could have easily just used this color palette again and that would have been fine. But they actually went out of their way to make a completely different color palette exclusive to this set, which is cool. It looks like they're trying to represent Bonnie's FNAF VR model, where it's even bluer than in the games. So that's cool. But aside from that, there's not much else to comment on, so let's just... Alright. And, there is an extra pair of eyes to look like Neon Bonnie. It's got that blacklight look. Well, not quite blacklight. It's actually more like dark light. But which one is the right way? There we go. And yeah, here is the Endo, which looks a bit off-putting to say the least. But now, let's get him suited up. And now, we have Neon Bonnie. And God, I am glad that I don't have to build any more animatronics because my fingernails are destroyed. But yeah, this thing looks awesome. Like, they could have easily just made it black like they did with the Endo series Shadow Mangle, but they made it like this really shiny neon black color, and it looks awesome. Like, this is just such a simple character. Like, it's just Neon Bonnie from Bonnie's Parts and Service level, but they put so much more love into it than they needed to. And one thing I will say, I am glad that the Vault exclusives, well, except for Shadow Freddy, which kind of sucks, are like just recolors and AR characters and not like the really important characters, because that means if someone just wanted to buy all the non-exclusive, more accessible characters, they get pretty much all the important characters that are cool. But yeah, articulation is pretty much the same as normal classic Bonnie. I will say he does look kind of weird with the classic Endo. Like, I feel like they should like put extra limbs in that were colored black. Or since this is a Vault exclusive, like, just add like an extra black Endo, like they did with the Golden Freddy Comic-Con Endo series, which is the stupidest decision ever. But yeah, and I think this guy looks really cool and pretty spooky, if I do say so myself. I'd say he's worth the price. If you're a FNAF VR fan and want to collect the FNAF VR recolors, I know not all people are, or if you just want a cool Vault exclusive in your collection, I'd say go for this one. And that's the video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.
Man, just what are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm saying the N-word.
I don't think you can legally say that.
You sure about that?
Oh, no.
I'm black now, Spider-Man.
You made yourself black so you can say the N-word?
That's right, Spider-Man. And you can't stop me.
Oh, shit.
And this section is ended for the sake of everyone.